Welcome back to another episode of Story Behind the Story. John Walker here, once again joined by Corey. Corey, thank you so much for joining us once again. This time, we're going to talk a little bit about Game of Thrones, the focus of her article this week. So we will just hop straight into it. Kind of tell me a little bit more about the premise of your article, because you can go so many ways with Game of Thrones. But tell me the approach you took to it.
I really just kind of stuck with how much of an impact on pop culture it's had. I mean, now you can just find shirts that are like, I speak Disney songs and Game of Thrones quotes. They've impacted so much. Even baby names. There's a title in the show called Khaleesi. I think in 2014, like over 1,000 baby girls were named that. Along with names like Arya, Sansa. It's had a huge impact on people's lives.
Fun fact, my niece's name is Arya. So
there you go.
First-hand prevalence here on KNWT. But you had to obviously do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
You're a watcher yourself, from what I understand.
Yeah.
What are some of the craziest things that you learned throughout this process about the show, and kind of what great minds think alike with other fans?
Well, one thing that I've learned is that a lot of people think that the main characters are Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, and Tyrion Lannister. Studies have found that it's actually just Tyrion. He has appeared in the most episodes and has more plot points relevant to other characters. So now a lot of people are thinking, maybe he's going to end up on the Iron Throne? Who knows? One of the big ones is that Gandalf's sword from Lord of the Rings is in the Iron Throne. That prop sword's in there. A lot of people are just kind of debating, really right now, who's going to win. A lot of people are thinking it's not going to be anyone. And yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And then we'll jump into some fun stuff.
All right.
Spoiler alert, possibly lies ahead.
Possibly.
The first episode of the final season is already out. What are your initial thoughts on it? And did you have the chance to put any of this in your article?
So, I said I'm a watcher. I'm actually rewatching it. I stopped after season 4, so I haven't seen the new episode. But I hear it's just as great. And it's been extended. The entire series, every episode's a little bit longer than it used to be. And
then we'll end it on this. If you had one character that you had to be in Game of Thrones, who would it be?
It's a toss-up between Daenerys, because dragons are cool. And also she's married to Jason Momoa, so. But also Marjorie Tyrell. She is a very sly queen, and I really like her. Natalie Dahmer plays her very well.
Okay. Corey, that looks like it's going to wrap things up for this episode of Story Behind the Story. Thank you so much for joining us today and every other episode that you've been on this semester. That's going to wrap things up for this episode. We will catch you next time on the KNWT Channel 8 YouTube exclusive.